This poem is called Banais Ríghi, The High King Speaks. And it was inspired when I was invited to curate a poetry project to commemorate the Rock of Cashel in County Tipperary, which was the seat of the High Kings of Munster. And I invited a few other poets to join in this process. And at the very beginning, we were all given a guided tour of the Rock of Cashel. And the guide first asked us to turn toward the landscape of Tipperary, these miles and miles of rolling fields that go all the way down to the Galtee Mountains and the Camras. And then, having looked at this beautiful land, he explained that the former High Kings of Ireland every year in ritual had to marry the land itself. The land was the goddess. And the king's sovereignty depended on their right relationship with the land. So having told us that, we then all turned around to look up at these huge walls of the Rock of Cashel. And there suddenly was patriarchal history and the great church walls and this whole sort of combination of church and state. And for me, there was something so important about how we had turned our backs on the land. And when I went to write the poem, I wanted to turn back and look at the land. And I felt that the High King had something to say. And I thought that he would give a lecture, a sort of, look what you've done to the land, isn't it terrible? But instead, he provided me with this love poem. Banais Ríghi, The High King Speaks. I have always thought she looked her loveliest from here. Here, more than anywhere, she gave herself to me, this ground our bridal bed. When I married her, she gave me her intricacies, apple blossom, bird song, the salmon's rainbow breast, the white swans and the white geese. The word feis meant to sleep with the goddess, to be permeated by her. When I married her, I became the mountains. I became the forest. Her soft rain fell, and I grew as grain. When I married her, she turned me copper, gave me the strength of iron. She crowned me with the gold crest's burnished head. In her embrace, I was kingfisher, turquoise, emerald, amber. She released me as falcon on the wing. The veins in my wrists became the rivers of the land. When anything happens to her, it happens to me. It is my relationship with the land which grants me serenity, this ground our bridal bed. For her, it was strewn with the creamy white petals of elderflower, of meadowsweet. She never left our bedchamber without an offering for my palm, acorn, seashell, chrysalis, amethyst, a hazelnut drilled empty and open by one of her creatures. And after her leaving, the room echoed with her, a steady incantation, tua, 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 meaning people, meaning place.